Hey, how y'all doing? It's Cooking with Dave once again. I'm Dave. Y'all know the deal. Anyway, today I'm going to cook some General Tso's. I like me some General Tso's. It's good stuff. I know a lot of people pronounce it different. When I lived in Arizona, I used to always go to this Chinese restaurant and I would order General Tso's, and I had this nice Chinese lady tell me that that's how you pronounced it. She didn't like the way I was pronouncing it. I think I used to pronounce it General Towels, and she let me know that was not how you pronounced it. She said you pronounce it General Tso's, so I have pronounced it that way ever since. Y'all know I don't like a lot of spicy food, but this is one of the dishes that I do like spicy. Man, it's good stuff. Some chili peppers up in it. I'm not going to use these chili peppers. I'm going to use dried chili peppers. I'm going to use some dried chili peppers. I'm going to use about 9, 10 of these things. Now, if you want to be a little more spicy, use a few more chili peppers. Add a little cayenne, maybe. It will be very, very good. I'm telling you right now, this is some good stuff. It is my favorite Chinese dish to eat. Whenever we go out to eat Chinese food, I always order General Tso's because it is my favorite. Because you know, I'm not about it. In Chinese restaurants, usually they put broccoli in this, so if you wanted to add some broccoli, you could. I ain't about it. But just add it last whenever you stir fry it. Add the broccoli also whenever you add the sauce, and it will come out very, very nice. Good stuff. I'd like to give a shout out to my niece out in Tucson, Arizona. Michelle, how you doing? Like to see how you doing, like to know how you doing. Give somebody a call sometime. If you don't have my number, call Aunt Robin. She'll give it to you. I know she'll talk your head off because she's that way, but she's pretty good about it. You know, you tell her you gotta go, she'll let you go. Just promise you'll call her back someday and she'll let you get off the phone. General Tso's, got to love it, a little spicy. Using chicken. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can use whatever kind of boneless chicken that you want for this dish. It calls for boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but they're a little more expensive in the store, so I didn't buy them. I got the boneless, skinless chicken breast. Y'all know how I do. It was on sale, good price, $1.88 a pound, even cheaper than I usually get on sale. Usually it's $1.98 a pound, $1.88 a pound, even cheaper. Anyway, it is good stuff. I'm gonna bring you over here, show you how to do it. Alright, what I have here is just some boneless, skinless chicken breast. Y'all know I get a good deal on these things. I get them on sale and I buy them all the time. $1.88 a pound. Can't beat it, cheap. So I buy them, I wash them off, and now I'm just going to cube them up and put them in my big bowl. I'm going to make them bite-sized pieces. You know, whatever you think's bite-sized. You can make them big pieces. It's up to you. I'm going to do them like that. And let's cut them so that, you know, bite-sized piece. Now the recipe calls for boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but I don't have any. And a lot of times, you know, you get boneless, skinless, they want to charge a lot of money for it. These breasts are cheap, so I'm gonna use them. You use whatever kind of chicken that you like, and it will be good. Trust me, it will be wonderful. All right, once you get your chicken cut up, cubed up, put it in a large bowl, and then along with that chicken in a large bowl, we're going to add a half cup of soy sauce. We're going to add a whole cup of just regular old cornstarch. Y'all read that? Cornstarch. Right to that. Then we're going to hit it with some eggs. I'm going to take 2 eggs and just beat them well. And I'm going to beat those eggs pretty well. And then I'm just going to pour them right in there. Now I'm going to get me a big spoon, and I'm just going to mix all this up together so my chicken is nicely coated with egg and cornstarch and soy sauce. Now, if it gets too thick on you, you can add a little water, or you can add a little more cornstarch to it. We don't want it to be too thick. We don't want it to be too thin. We want everybody to be coated. We don't want it to be too thick. We want it to be too thin. You can tell if it's too thick because it'd be hard to stir. You can tell if it's too thin. You pick it up, pick up a piece of chicken, and it shouldn't drip. See how it's not dripping? If it drips, then it's too thin. You can add a little more cornstarch. But just make sure that it's all mixed up well, and then we're going to throw this in the oil and fry it up. Alright, your oil's crackling and popping. Getting ready. I'm using the big Dutch oven for this. That is the big, can y'all see that? That is the big Dutch oven. And while it's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and mix my sauce up. A mixing bowl here. And how we do our sauce is we're going to take a ½ cup of cornstarch. Make a mess with it. Put that in there. Get in there. ½ cup of cornstarch. We're going to take 3/4 cup sugar, just white sugar. We're going to take 2 cups of chicken broth. Put that right in there. We're going to take we're going to use about a 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar. Can y'all see that? White wine vinegar. That's right here, 1/4 cup white wine vinegar. We're going to use about a 1/4 cup of some cooking wine. Use whatever kind of cooking wine you want to. You don't have to use it, you don't want to, but you get a little flavor. About a 1/4 cup of some cooking wine. Then we're going to use about a 1.5 tablespoons, if I have it, of some ginger root. Can y'all read that? Ginger root. I don't know if I have. That's a tablespoon. About a 1.5 tablespoons what we need. Oh yeah, we got 2 tablespoons in here. We'll go ahead and use 2. Alright. Use 2 tablespoons. I'm giving that a stir. Get it together. Get my whisk out. Then we're going to use minced garlic. We use minced garlic. We can use about a tablespoon, maybe a little more, maybe a 1.5 tablespoons. Some minced garlic. And we're going to use a ½ cup of soy sauce. We're going to get out our whisk. And we're just going to whisk that all up together. And that is going to be our sauce. And what I'll do is just put this in the refrigerator, and then we'll stir it up more before we do our stir fry with our chicken. And you will see how that comes together. Alright, we'll set that aside. Let's start frying some chicken. In my big pan here, I'm going to take the chicken we mixed up, take it out 1 piece at a time, and I'm just going to throw it down in oil. Nice and easy. I'm not going to put a bunch of it because I don't want it to stick together. With that batter that we have on it, if you put too much in one time, it will stick together. We want this to be individual pieces. So just kind of lay them about so they don't stick together. And I have my oil on high, so I need to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to turn it down about medium high, a little less than medium high. Frying it. It don't take but about 5 or 6 minutes to fry these up. And once we get them all fried up, I'll drain them on a paper towel, and then we'll be ready to put them with our sauce and put them on some rice and call it General Tso's. And once they get crisp and brown, golden brown, we're looking for golden brown good. Once we golden brown, then we take them up and they'll be ready to rock. Alright, back over to the Dutch oven. I'm going to turn my heat to medium. And you see I left a little bit of oil down in the bottom of my Dutch oven. Dutch oven is hot. See, I left a little oil. Y'all see that? Left a little oil down in there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw those green onions and chili peppers down in there. I'm going to use my big wooden spoon, give it all a stir, that oil, a little bit like that. Boy, it smells good. The green onions cooking, smelling good. Then I'm going to take my chicken that I cooked and I'm just going to dump it all right in there. And I'm going to stir it up and let those green onions and chili peppers kind of get around there and say, hey, how y'all doing? We got flavors to share. Yes, we do. And I'm just going to do this, not very long, 30 seconds, a minute maybe. Just get everybody kind of hot and together. Those green onions and chili peppers. And then I'm going to take my sauce that we made earlier, give it a little stir, stir it up. Now if you wait a little while to do this, you can refrigerate. And if you refrigerate it, that's alright. Just make sure you get it all stirred up. And then I'm just going to dump that sauce right in there. Now, I'm going to cook this, and you will see when it's done. That cornstarch, if y'all ever work with cornstarch, You know, cornstarch, if it's too dry, becomes like cement. And it will become like cement, bam, like that. So as soon as it thickens up, boom, we done. If you like to have some vegetables in this, then you could just add some broccoli. You know, you get this in a Chinese restaurant, they always serving it with broccoli. I don't care for the broccoli, so I don't use it. But if you like the broccoli vegetable action, then you know, put it in there. It will be wonderful. Now, if you say, Dave, when will I add the broccoli? If I don't put broccoli in there, you would add the broccoli as soon as you added the chicken. Add it all together, let it cook. And can y'all see it's starting to thicken up? It's starting to evaporate. Some of that moisture is starting to evaporate, and it's starting to thicken up. And when it gets ready, it is going to be thick. There it comes. It is thickening right up. Cornstarch is doing its job. Oh, yes. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking like some General Tso's right there. General Tso's in a Dutch oven. What y'all think about that? That's pretty cool, huh? All right. You see how it starts thickening up? The sauce. See all that soupy that I had before? It's going away. As soon as it hits that consistency, it's done. It is thick. See right there? Nice and thick. And that's what we want it to be. Nice and thick. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat off. And just continue to stir it a little bit. Just so I think it's right. As soon as I think it's right, it is done. Oh man, that is looking good. Alright, we have thickened up. And there it is. And we will call it General Tso's. Okay. Done deal. Alright, I take me a plate of rice. General Tso's out of Dave. Be careful with these red peppers. If you bite it in that thing, you're going to know it. Unless you just like hot food, then you can eat them all you want. Give me a fork. I have to taste some of this. Get a little rice going on there. A little bit of that right there. Hot. Oh man, that's good. Oh yeah, that's it. I'll tell you, you can't beat this. And if you don't like General Tso's, that's because you have not tasted it. Like, you need to taste this thing. It is good. Oh. A little bit spicy. A little bit spicy. Now, if you like a little more spice, like I said, use a little more chili peppers. That's good. That's very, very good. That is on time. Alright. Y'all go out and cook yourself some General Tso's. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.